Brain Candy Podcast,
Whoa!
episode 897.
Hi, Suze. Brain.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good. You know?
I mean, we have each other.
Yeah.
We have our health.
We have our health. We do. Oh, yeah, we do.
And
Testosterone's going great.
Testosterone, we have that. And we're nearing a warmer scenario.
Yes.
That's all I want.
It's so weird here. It's like 65 degrees one day and then a snowstorm
30.
the next day.
Yeah. Fuck
Like,
yeah.
what the hell is going on in Denver during this time of year? But whatever.
Yeah, it's crazy. Okay. Let me think if I have stories. I'm just white knuckling it. Just trying to keep Lincoln on the straight and narrow.
Yeah. Is he getting in trouble anymore? Suspensions?
He's been doing
Drawing
pretty
dicks
good.
anywhere?
He's been doing pretty well. I had a meeting at his school. Shout out to his whole team. I feel so lucky because, like, they could easily have given up on this boy because he is a naughty little guy. And he is. But he doesn't hurt anybody, you know. It's just silliness.
Right.
But
Drawing penises.
they could easily have given up on him, but they didn't. And they have had this meeting and they even brought him in and it was basically like a pep talk. I was like, are you kidding me with these like white males? This is what I'm witnessing it.
Right.
They're basically like, you have every opportunity. You're smart, you're funny.
You're right.
You have parents who love you and love each other.
Yeah.
And are able to pay their bills. Yeah. And you've traveled the world. You know, like, we are all rooting for you. It's like Tyra Banks.
Yeah.
What's that meme? What does she say?
We were all rooting for you. I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you.
That's what it was like. And, you know, so hopefully he, on some level, deep in his psyche, absorbs that we believe in him and that he doesn't need to seek the validation of doofuses. Because that is what this is.
Yeah.
And it is a lesson for all of us because, believe me, I fall into that trap all the time.
Hello. So I went on reality television.
Fake tits, okay? I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went on reality TV.
Man, that I feel like that was something similar was attempted with my brother Jordan, except it was more of a scared straight situation where they took him to juvie.
For real. And that's what people have been saying to me. You're so lucky that you're in a district that takes that approach.
Oh, yeah. Because my brother went to continuation school and ended up in juvie because of that.
Well, and they said, like, once you veer off the normal path, once you're, like, expelled or something, it is so hard to get back to normal.
Right. Oh,
it's almost like a snowball effect.
Absolutely, it is. That is exactly what happens. Yeah.
So we are hopeful, and he's so nice. Like, he's so nice in life. He's not a jerk at all.
He's the sweetest.
He's just impulsive.
Yeah.
And really silly.
It's so, right. He's going to make for a really great. Right. We know exactly how. Look at what gets rewarded in his family.
I mean, but I also reward like good grades and kindness.
Of course you do. Of course you do.
Sarah.
And you have a fucking PhD. It should be like, look.
He gets good grades, by the way. That's actually probably part of the problem. Is
of course.
That, like,
he's probably bored.
Well, maybe, but like it's hard to be too mad when he's like not hurting anyone and he's getting good grades. All right, we got it under control. Stop judging me, everyone. Sarah, how are you? Powdering?
I am. Yeah. This is one of those hot weeks, so not this week.
Okay.
But we're hoping for a snowstorm.
Melty.
Yeah, it's all melty.
Boo.
But I'll get back out there.
Okay. Yeah, there's still time. What do they call it? Fake spring or something? False spring?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I like that.
If there's some like name for like when it gets hot, warmer, and people like me are like, Yeah, baby, we made it.
It's probably fall spring. That sounds about right. You know what I did? I was on a walk the other day, and I saw what I just thought was the cutest little thing. I mean, for me, it was, it's getting warmer, and all the snow's melting, and there was just this big, like, field of grass, and there was one little tiny patch of snow that was just, like, in the middle of nothing else around, snowy. And I was just like, look at this little patch. You just holding on. God bless.
And that's what you love to see.
Yeah,
like, that's the thing that makes you feel hopeful. The rest of us, it's like the one melted patch.
No, it was like, oh, he's still holding on. Like, I wonder what's happening there. Why all the other snow around is melted, and that little patch was like,
whoa!
I still want it to be winter.
You're like Bill Shakespeare over there.
Just anthropomorphizing snow.
Yeah, gosh, but that's nice, Sarah.
It did make me think about deeper things on that little walk.
That's cool, and I love that you were not on a screen.
I was not. And
looking at the world.
Holy shit. I'm glad you brought that up. On my walk, I saw every other person I saw was heads down in a fucking cell phone.
You know what? We're busy.
A walk. What?
Wait, but how do you know they were just like meandering? Maybe they were going somewhere.
No, this guy was walking his dog and I could hear Instagram. Or TikTok or something.
That's ridiculous. If you're on Instagram when you're walking your dog, that's sad.
Insane. Actual insanity.
Okay. I'm with you. Okay. Let's move on. Insane. Oh, okay. First up, did you hear about the woman who tragically passed away suddenly on a flight? Had some sort of medical situation.
Is this one where they stuck her next to another guy?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm dying to know, because I saw this headline and I was like, oh, what is happening?
Okay, so
These are not our friendly skies.
What happened was this gal went to the bathroom. Lord knows what went on in there. And then came out, collapsed,
like drugs,
had some sort of medical crisis, maybe heart attack, maybe drugs, who the fuck knows. And then died. She's RIPing all of a sudden on this plane. And
is there a mortician on board?
Where is the undertaker?
Yeah.
And like, I do sympathize with the flight crew because
what are you going to do?
What a bummer, right?
Man, right.
But they chose to wrap her up in blankets and just prop her into a seat and like buckle her in next to living people.
That's madness.
And this couple that were sitting next to the corpse.
Couple? Like they put her in, didn't even give her a row with
like
an empty
aisle.
seat. Oh,
she got the aisle.
She got the aisle. The people are trapped in. Could you imagine you have to get up to use the bathroom? Excuse me. Oh, sorry. Can you just put your tray table up?
Stop.
I am merely recounting their lived experience. I'm not even trying to be funny. These are facts.
Right. So this couple was flying wherever to Qatar or something. It was Qatar Airways. And they had to sit next to this gal for it was a long haul flight. And they say they can hardly enjoy their vacation because they are still thinking about her.
No shit.
Well, okay. This is what I want to know from you. Like, why is it so upsetting?
Susie.
Well, I know in the moment, but for your whole vacation?
I feel like the way that the foot you start out on. That's why
it sets the pace.
It does. That's why it's so fun to like get upgraded or have extra leg room. And now we got no extra leg room and a corpse. I don't think so. And it's
so unsettling.
It's unsettling. And what I wouldn't be able to get over would be the like unfairness of it all. Like what I was subjected to that is in no way It's like, I think a lot of it depends on your relationship with death, so many
What
things.
do you think should happen, though? They should put her in the galley?
Yeah, put her in that same place put her in the gap,
overhead
put her in
bins?
or put her on the jump seat. You know the in the back they've got those.
They have those. Okay.
Yeah, those jump seats that the
flight crew
and
does,
then you could put up a little curtain. They've got all that Velcro all over the place, and put up a little curtain so nobody can see us and say the back galley, the bathroom is no longer used. Everybody's using the front one. Put her in the bathroom. 1,000 other ideas I could come up with. I guarantee that there's some protocol.
Why do you think they chose that?
Least, say you do nothing else. The least you could do is move the people who are in that row to another row and give the dead body their own row.
Yeah, because they did say there were empty seats on the plane.
That is the crazy part.
Okay, but what do you think is the appropriate compensation for these people? Because they, so far, I don't think got anything.
Oh, well, they definitely should get their flights comped.
Yeah.
And I also think they should be rewarded 250,000 frequent flyer miles.
Yeah.
Another a trip to a far destination in first class or business class for each of them. Mm-hmm. That's what they should get.
But you're right. There are so many other options.
So many.
Okay, but why do you think they didn't do that?
Because death makes you do weird things.
They were in panic mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think people don't know how to respond to that. And do you remember when Adam had his accident and you took your jacket off?
Yes.
And we were like, what the heck? When you watch that back, why did I do that? Mm-hmm. I think people in moments of panic, do bizarre things.
Okay. So they were just in this weird mode where they didn't consider maybe somebody doesn't want to sit next to.
Right. Because you're in a different part of your brain is working.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that she died. R.I.P. to her.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to everybody involved, even the flight attendants, everybody who had to work with that.
That's really nice. All right. Next up on my agenda. Oh, this is a cute one. So, a study in ecology journal.
What is ecology?
Ecology is
nature.
The study of the world around you.
Okay. Yeah.
Like ecosystems.
I can't believe I had to ask that question, but here we are.
These scholars wanted to find out how old birds' nests are. So, if a bird's nest is reused and yeah. And so the way that they decided to determine that was to investigate by looking at all the stuff in the bird's nest, which includes all the garbage we throw and these birds use to insulate their nests. And a lot of them have expiration dates on them. And so they can date them. And so it's a way of using our disgusting trash habits to date these nests. So they use these coots nests in Amsterdam. And most of the nests were only about 3 years old. But they did find this one super old nest. And it is amazing. This particular nest had 635 bits of plastic.
Whoa.
Right? It must have been a big guy.
Yeah.
And the bits of plastic included 15 face masks from the pandemic and a candy bar wrapper that promoted the 1994 FIFA World Cup. And so they were realizing that this nest was used by at least 3 generations of coots over the course of a 30-year span.
Look at that.
Isn't that adorable?
They were in the real estate business. They were moguls. They handed down they handed down their that's generational coot wealth is what that is.
It totally is, Sarah. Yeah, isn't that wild? I never thought, like, I guess I just always thought they all built their own first generation nests.
It does feel like they like maybe they look for something that already has like a nest-like shape and then just add to it. Like, you know,
Or
why
maybe
why reinvent the wheel?
Maybe this coot family, though, was just really good at building nests, and it just, like, stands up what's it called that? Three Little Pigs?
Yes.
Huff and Puff?
Right.
Like, this would have...
The house did not blow down.
Yeah. Because... And so it's still standing, so might as well.
I want to know what it looks like.
It must be humongous with 635 bits of plastic or bits of trash.
But they're teeny tiny. Small little bits, I would imagine.
Mm-hmm. I love it. What a great story, though.
Yeah.
It's real cute.
Did I already say on here that I got, like, attacked by a bird on my walk?
No.
Okay. I'm, like, out in the open, and I swear it's because obviously, it like in the middle of a park. And I think it's because my hair was down and curly and, like, really big that day and kind of, like, I could see the shadow. It was, like, bouncing when I was walking with the pace.
For real, like when someone's messy hair and they say it's like a bird's nest.
Suze, this bird, out of fucking nowhere, mourning dove, swoops down like it's about to land on my fucking
I totally
head,
see it.
and I go, bird, and I had to shoo it away, and then it takes off and lands in a tree.
No.
I'm like, I think that bird was going to either try to take some of my hair for its nest or thought my hair was a nest.
No doubt. That's Hitchcockian.
It was actually terrifying.
Of course it was. That's why that's a horror movie.
I get it now. I was like, and then it was like slow motion. This guy's coming, and you know when birds do that move, like they're about to land, where they kind of like slow down
Hover.
with their wings, like it did that, and
That's
they're like, oh no,
up.
no bird. Yeah,
I mean, I can see it though, because your hair doesn't look like a bird's nest, but it is voluminous.
it was huge that day.
My God.
Yeah.
Sorry that happened.
And the wind was blowing. I was like, this is.
See, this is why you should stay indoors, if you ask me.
Right.
But it's just one lady's opinion. Okay. Scientists have figured out, mathematicians have figured out the moving sofa problem. Do you know the moving sofa problem?
I would say
You do.
I am familiar with having problems when moving a sofa.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Pivot, basically.
Yeah.
Ross Geller, this is the problem, is that when you have a sofa and there is a right angle turn,
Right.
how the hell
How do you
you
get
can
it?
do it?
Right.
So mathematicians really I think they get like cheap thrills out of solving problems that the general public can understand. Because like most of their shit is like so abstract and
for
absurd.
sure. Please.
That we're like,
you
good
lost
for
me
you.
at if a train leaving this station at this, I was like, okay, I'm out.
Yeah. Good for you though.
Right.
And so they have created this list of like real world problems that I guess mathematicians, if they're like bored and want to do something fun, will work on these problems. So the moving sofa problem involved this sort of rectangular shape around this right corner bend. And they were trying to figure out like what's the largest sofa you could have. And if you read the darn thing, you still won't know the answer. I was looking for like dimensions. Like what size couch should I get? But
please
you're
help
not
me
gonna
change
get
my
that.
search criteria on Wayfair.
Yes. I just wanted inches. How many inches does this couch need to be? But they're not doing that because they're doing like scale. And so it's all like still an equation that I don't understand. But if you look on the article, they do show these like graphs and they're moving. And so the final figure ended up being in the shape of like an old timey phone receiver. like the thing you would hold up to your ear.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's got like the bigger on the ends and sort of skinnier in the middle with like a bit of a curve.
Uh-huh.
And that allows for the two movements that the mathematicians would allow, which was sliding and rotating.
Yeah.
And ideally, you want to be able to slide and rotate at the same time.
It's always that little corner edge. That little
it really always does feel like it is
one time I took the entire door frame off to fit my refrigerator through the door.
And did you do it?
Yeah, I did. And then I put the door frame right back on, and then I got my full deposit back.
I can't believe you can take a door frame off.
Sure. You could do anything
Sarah
when you have the willpower.
Yeah. You can do anything if you're willing to destroy it.
Right. When you have a fridge stuck in your hallway, your brother's holding.
Anything is possible.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I would never destroy, and that is my pair eyewear, because those things are lifesavers and they're cute as a button.
So stinking cute.
Pair eyewear for all of you people with less than perfect vision, and all of you people over 40, I'm talking to you.
Right.
Especially, you can get pair eyewear in whatever color, but then get toppers in a gazillion other colors and styles.
I love it.
They pop right on. They're magnetic.
I love when I go anywhere, like to the dentist's office or to my physical therapist, or I love a dash of whimsy.
She really does.
You know? And that they've got like a teacher with the glasses like that.
When you love a compliment, and if there's one way of getting a compliment, it's like that kind of shoe or glasses.
Yes, I am definitely complimenting your glasses if you have a cute little thing on there.
And number one compliment accessory I ever had is my Heinz ketchup packet purse.
Oh, yes.
I mean, the crowd pleaser.
Yes.
But any accessory that is like adorable.
Okay, but also you should get the same color red snap-on and wear them together.
Oh my God.
Or green, because it's like the top of the tomato.
It's almost too much.
I love it. I'm obsessed. Be like all black and white outfit, red glasses, Heinz ketchup purse.
People will lose their minds.
So cute.
This is what I'm going to have to do. And all of you should too, because they have a million different styles and themes. Disney, Marvel, Star Wars. So cute. But you can get black or brown, and then you could get the magnetic toppers that are sunglasses. Upgrade how you see the world, how the world sees you. Go to paireyewear.com. Use code BCP for 15% off your first pair, and support the show by mentioning the Brain Candy Podcast sent you in your post-checkout survey. That's PAIR, eyewear.com, code BCP. All right, Sarah. Next up. Oh, yeah. Okay, so you get it. Moving sofa. We sorted that out.
They should have that come like with the apartment or house. Like the maximum sofa that you can purchase in this home is this many inches.
That for real, because it is. It's what you said. Like every time you think I can make it, and if you're optimistic like Sarah,
and I always am.
And it always works out somehow.
I have a desk that's so big and huge and doesn't come apart. I do not know how the movers got it in here. They told me, the two guys said, when you move, this desk might be staying with the house.
How did they get it in, though?
I don't know how we're going to get it out. But
you have to hire
I'm here
them
for 10
again.
years. I'll be here for so long.
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Just a little something. Do you remember, I don't know, a couple months ago, I kept seeing all over the place, like Food and Wine on Instagram and, I don't know, freaking magazines saying you shouldn't have black plastic utensils in your kitchen.
Yes.
You know, like the flipper, spatulas and
Yes.
spoons and things,
Yes.
ladles.
I did see this.
This
Black's
is
the
all
worst one.
toxic.
Right.
You're going to die.
Right.
Doom and gloom. The sky is falling.
Yeah.
Well, did you hear the latest on this?
No.
It's cuckoo crazy, Sarah.
Okay, I can't wait for this.
Well, that study has been retracted.
Why?
There was a mistake in it, The study that said the kitchenware made out of black plastic might have elevated levels of dangerous chemicals has since been like, oops-a-daisy, we had a denominator error. And it was pulled from the journal.
Well, we didn't get that follow-up
story.
story.
No, we didn't.
Okay.
They love a clickbait.
This is exactly how the autism is connected to vaccines thing happened.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
It's like shitty scholarship
that then gets
spread.
Yes.
And then you think, oh, that makes sense. Like if it adds up to you.
Right. Because it probably did for the people. It gets
retracted, and that is not as spreadable.
And we do not hear about that.
What do I say? That a lie spreads around the world before the truth gets its pants on.
Oh, that's a good expression.
And it's true. The truth is boring.
True. Totally. Man.
So anyway, all you people that replaced your black utensils, I mean, I'm sure it couldn't hurt, but like hurts your pocketbook. And I'm so disturbed because also, you know that brand OXO?
Yes.
OXO.
Yeah, we've talked about that on here.
Yeah, do you remember why we talked about them?
Because a woman was the inventor.
Also because you called them and complained about some of their items.
Yes, I did. Because their pan was shit. The handle was improperly weighted. It fell over on my stove.
It did not have good center of gravity.
No, it did not. Makes no damn sense.
Well.
And then they wanted me to pay for shipping, and shipping was more expensive than the actual cost of the pan itself. I'm going to ship a pan? Get the fuck out of here.
That is ridiculous.
I did not ever get my money back for that.
I'm sorry.
I should have followed up. Anyways.
Well, anyway, a lot of their items are black.
Yes.
They might be silicone, but their sales have dropped by like 30% since the study came out, even though it has since been debunked. And I feel bad for OXO, I gotta say.
I do too.
Because I actually love their products despite your experience.
Yeah. This is how, we really have to check our resource, or check our references and.
Well, it's hard because that was a denominator issue. So that's a calculation problem where that's the job of the journal. Like the journal should have caught any kind of, calculus issue.
And anybody peer reviewing it.
Yeah. So once it gets out there, it's sort of like, why would we question it?
Well, Right. Yeah. Well, that's true. Why would we question it? That's just the findings, and the findings are incorrect.
Yeah. Okay.
God, I don't know what the solution is.
Well, maybe if these companies promote this for their Instagram posts, they could then also say, hey, just so you know, turned out that wasn't true. But they're never going to do that.
Never, ever.
Alrighty. Moving on. Have you heard of this weirdo sexpert? She began as like an OnlyFans kind of gal, and then she sort of evolved into like an expert.
Is she younger and really good at talking to guys on podcasts and about, I do know who,
I think her name is Ayala or something.
Yeah, I think I do. I think I have seen her.
Okay. Well, they did a profile of her in Atlantic, and I'm sure she's a real nice gal and all that, but like basically they're just pointing out that this person who is making shockwaves in the actual scholarship of sexual health and sexual behavior, which is, a thing that people study.
Yeah.
That because she has such a huge following and is genuinely interested in like the research of sexual behavior, she will send out these surveys that hundreds of thousands of people will answer. And that is valuable to the scholars. And it's helpful in understanding sexual behavior. So she has this sort of pull now and this power, but she has absolutely no credentials whatsoever. And that a lot of the data is, of course, skewed because it's all like white, educated males. that are taking these polls and stuff. And she incentivizes the polls. So it'll be like, if you take it, then, you get some stuff from her, whatever it is. So like 700,000 people have responded to her big kink survey. And so in that one, she incentivized it by saying, like, you get sort of like a BuzzFeed quiz. Like, you get named, like, how kinky you are.
Yeah.
Right? Which, okay. But that's a lot of people.
That's insane.
Here are some of the things she has learned. She has learned that pigtails are more popular fetish than armpits.
Okay. I could have told you that.
I know.
Without a study.
I could have told you that with 2 people being
All right.
Who thought that was in a big contest?
Right.
They weren't neck and neck.
Right. Not even fucking close.
They were not armpit to armpit. And, okay. And, like, she is uninhibited.
Yeah.
So she's fine with asking questions that maybe even some scholars would be uncomfortable asking. And so she'll ask things like if her followers would support the creation of a realistic child-sized doll for pedophiles.
Ugh.
What would you say?
No.
Right.
Absolutely not.
Right. And 78% said no as well.
Oh, thank God.
But, one of the biggest problems with this normally is trying to find participants who will answer honestly.
Right.
But, she has an advantage because, like, even though it takes 40 minutes to complete, so you're going to weed out, like, trolls and people that are just whatever, spam.
Yeah.
Her solution to keeping them interested was to promise them, the freakiness rating. And the problem, as I said, is that they skew white, college educated, liberals are overrepresented. They are mostly men.
Interesting.
But you know what? Most of her followers are men, but most of the people that take the quiz are women.
Interesting.
Isn't that weird?
Why do you think that is?
Do you think it's because, like, women feel like they don't have a voice? And
yes.
So they're like,
yes, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And men are
just
always
like,
like,
"Show me
I
your
already
tits."
know what. Yeah. Yep. What's her name? I want to make sure I'm talking about the same person.
AELLA, I think is her, her on camera name or whatever. I don't know what her real name is. I don't know. But she grew up in a fundamentalist home the way that I did, but her dad was a preacher. He was an evangelist.
Okay, yeah.
And so she experienced a lot of what I did growing up, where you have shame and all of these weird emotions connected to sexuality. And her response was to, like, sort of go in the other direction, which can happen. And that she learned pretty quickly in being a cam girl, like however long ago, that it wasn't just about, like, getting undressed and being, like, super aggressively sexual, that a lot of the people that were interested wanted, like, quirky behavior. Like, they liked idiosyncrasies. What's the word?
Idiosyncrasies?
Crasy.
Yeah.
Idiosyncrasy.
Yeah.
And theatrics. She would do, like, these weird surreal scenes where she would, like, dress up as a mime or pretend to seduce a chair or, like, do a dinosaur moonwalk. Or she played the accordion or whatever. And it was like all these horny nerds got super jazzed. And she started earning about $100,000 a month on OnlyFans.
What?
Yeah.
Susie.
I know. Sarah, please.
I'm quirky.
Oh my God. That is exactly what you are.
This is like, I should be on there.
No, for real.
I'm a quirky nerd.
Clean up.
Yeah.
Because you're right. Because she's saying, like, it isn't just about, like, a overt, like, here they are.
Right. I don't even have anything here anyway.
It's like the story. They love storytelling.
I got that for days. Am I going to go on OnlyFans?
I have been pulling for this. I don't see any problem with it. I actually think that what holds you back, this is total me making it up.
Yeah.
Is more like just not knowing what you're supposed to do more than any kind of shame or like weirdness about it.
Yeah. It's kind of like where do I start?
What do you do?
What do you do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because it's behind a paywall, we can't even look and see what other people are doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably
There must be like a tutorial.
Yeah. OnlyFans for dummies.
It's more like OnlyFans for smarties.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
And if you are smart, you should get Cozy Earth bedding.
Amen.
It is the best.
I mean, if I were to do an OnlyFans, that's where my photo shoots would take place.
Sure.
And then Cozy Earth would be
Is it not the softest?
doing the Lord's work. It's insane, Susie, and it really does keep me cool at night.
Yeah,
that is the biggest thing.
About.
That is that I didn't know how much changing my bed sheets would affect my ability to regulate my body temperature at night.
Yeah, and these are bamboo. The bamboo sheet set is where it's at. It's 100% premium viscose from bamboo. They're breathable, super duper soft. After you wash them, it's not where you get all like crunchy.
Yes.
It's
right.
Like
buttery soft.
It's butter. They have a 100-night sleep trial and a 10-year warranty. They have pajamas.
Yes.
They are also super soft and cute. And they are degrees cooler than cotton.
Yes.
These jammies. Yes. So visit CozyEarth.com. Use our exclusive 40% off code, BrainCandy. 40% off. Visit CozyEarth.com. Use our exclusive 40% off code, BrainCandy. It's a deal, man.
I didn't know the pajamas are also cooling, too. No wonder. I wear that, too.
Yeah. Makes a big difference.
Yeah, it does. You're telling me.
Okay. So Sarah's going to start her OnlyFans, whatever. Who knows? Next up is...
What if I just did an OnlyFans where I just, like, talk nice about people to them?
I swear, there's probably a market for all this stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
I would love that.
Did you watch on Prime Video that Mr. Beast games?
I watched the first episode.
Oh, I actually knew you did because you have to log into mine.
Yeah.
And it said, like, continue watching. I'm like, huh?
And I think it was one where I was watching the challenge, and then that came up automatically, and, like, the next,
What did you think of the first one?
I loved it.
Oh, it was good.
I was like, this is exciting. It felt similar to, like, it was kind of like Squid Games a little in, like, there's a psychological element of, like, group dynamics, and there's somebody's going to have to, like, sacrifice themselves for the group. It was, I'm surprised I didn't watch more.
Okay. Well, if you're not familiar, Mr. Beast is the most successful YouTuber of all time.
It's insane.
And it's funny because, like, if you're not in that world, you may have never even heard of him.
Right.
That's what's weird about our culture now. There's no monoculture. It's all like these little subcultures.
Yeah.
But his subculture is millions and millions and millions of young people who love his antics. And his approach has always been to game the algorithm of YouTube. And so he studied how a video gets put in front of somebody and then optimized every single video he ever put out to get as many eyeballs as possible based solely on the algorithm. And that is all he's good for. And that's why when you watch the show, you're like, this guy is a boring weirdo.
Yeah, he is boring.
Like, there's nothing remarkable or charming about him. Like,
No.
Let's think about Ryan Seacrest, right?
Oh, yeah.
I think most people would consider him pretty bland, but that's because you're used to what a TV host is like. But they have charisma and good looks.
Right.
And so, like, you're just like, yeah, he's that.
Yeah, he's just like generic neutral host.
Right. But then remove the good looking
Right.
and the charisma, and that's Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
There's nothing there. He's just a guy.
That's 100% true.
But he's really good at
just a guy.
algorithms. So he has millions and millions and millions of followers. Okay, so then he creates this show for Amazon Prime Video, Mr. Beast Games, and it's a reality show where they're trying to win $10 million bucks.
Something like that. A lot of money.
A lot of dough. And the article that I read was, I think, in the Hollywood Reporter. Let me confirm that. That was, the Hollywood Reporter. And was reviewing the series. But what struck me about it was them talking about the generational divide between the younger players and the older players. Because there are 1,000 contestants on this show. Now, it doesn't take long before that's like sliced in half. And,
the first episode.
Yeah. You're getting down to a normal amount quickly. But it begins with 1,000 people.
Yeah.
And it's saying that the younger folks on the show, like, don't have the same feeling that older people do about how this is a game. Like, we have all signed up for a game, and our goal is to win $10 million.
Right.
These young people cannot believe their eyes whenever, like, the older people just, like, do what's best for themselves in the game. And they start.
What are they doing instead?
They're like just trying to do the right thing, like you would in society.
Oh, interesting.
It's disturbing. And they start sobbing.
What
like they're emotionally deregulated. They start sobbing. They wail. They fall to their knees. They curl into a ball.
So they can't separate real life from this reality show. Mm-hmm. Okay.
These are people that grew up online.
That is I was just going to say, this might be the consequence of having like that world and your world, the line of like demarcation or, is not there.
Yeah. It's
so
all real and it's all fake. Right?
This could explain a lot of arguments I've had on the challenge.
Yeah.
It's like, you get that we're on a fucking game show, right?
Yeah.
And then they do it for too long and it's like, this is my life. No, it fucking isn't.
This one guy on the show took $650,000 from a pot of money for himself. Like it got to, like he had to make a choice,
Yeah.
Where it's like, do you do this or do you do this? Yeah. So his choice was to take $650,000.
Right.
And then that left only $27,000 for the remaining contestants to split.
Uh-huh.
And it was like they thought he had murdered somebody.
Oh, well, I would do that all day long.
Of course.
Yeah, especially after my recent experience, or not.
Well,
recent.
and especially when I see you fucking idiots crying all the time, I'd be like, you don't need money.
If I'm making some leaps here, but I got a theory. So after watching the first episode, it seemed like the thing that got a lot of attention and a lot of like out of those 1,000 people, the people who's Mr. Beast talked to, who got highlighted, were ones who were sacrificing themselves for the group, who were doing these things for the group. Yeah. So since day one, they've been subtly incentivizing they've been priming them to make it look like if you are selfish in this, then there's negative consequences. And if you are selfless,
Sarah, I didn't know that they did that.
Yeah, that's my theory on what's happening.
Interesting.
That's why they're crying and wailing, because it's now like their social like status is at risk if somebody makes a selfish, like it's the opposite of they've been primed to do.
And the guy, he was like, I have kids, and like he's like, I love and respect you guys, but none of you are going to feed my children.
Right. Duh.
And like nobody got eliminated. They were all still in play.
Yeah, duh. Hello. This is why Johnny was going in that final elimination.
And it said in this thing that they seemed unable to comprehend why he didn't just take his, quote, fair share.
No.
Get out of here.
Right.
Fair share? What is this?
Right. I don't know.
What are we doing?
Right.
Unbelievable. I would be grossed out. But in the same vein, I read this separate thing about how reality TV money has not kept up with inflation. Like, Survivor's prize is still $1 million.
Yeah,
it's
insane.
been 22 years.
That's crazy.
Right? And so they were sort of breaking down the numbers. So it was like Survivor's $1 million prize after 25 years would now amount to $534,850 in the 2000s when the show originally aired. So like it's about half in value of what it used to be.
Jeez.
And like the American Idol cut its cash prize from $1 million in the early seasons now to like $250,000. And the Top Chef is the exception. They increased their purse from $100,000 in 2006 to $250,000 today.
Which, by the way, is insane that they give them that little, because that franchise is international. That they have sold that show is in like 23 different countries. It is maybe even more. It is all over the place. It's been on for years. These are really and the prize for that is, you get to go to Aspen Food and Wine. I went to Aspen Food and Wine. They have to work all week. That is not a gift. That is a shitty weekend where you have to deal with a bunch of
Goobers.
Rich snobs, and you have to be like on your game. And it's exposure, but not any more than what would happen. And chances are good, those are chefs who are already getting invited to Aspen Food and Wine anyway, because they're the best of the biz. Bullshit prize on that show.
Bullshit. At least they've raised it, but it's still not.
But $250
acceptable.
to these, like, come on.
And it's said that basically that the stagnation made things ripe for disruption. And that's one reason why Mr. Beast can appeal to an audience by offering $10 million for Beast Games, because it seems like, whoa, nobody's doing that.
Right. That makes a lot of sense. Interesting.
I'll tell you what else nobody's doing, and that is making makeup that makes me look like $1 million and gives back to the community. And other than Thrive, you're not going to find it anywhere.
That's right.
Thrive Cosmetics is the best. My whole makeup bag is stuffed full.
Just turquoise everywhere.
Turquoise everywhere. The lash extending liquid lash extensions mascara. I use the setting spray. I use the setting powder.
Just to clarify too, I put up a post that said I love my like liquid lash extension mascara, blah blah, and people were like, "Oh, I'm not into like extensions." I'm like, guys, just so we're clear, I want to be super clear.
You're kidding.
These are not extensions. These make your eyelashes look like extensions. So if you're like, "Wow, Sarah got eyelash," no, I did not. These are I am too low maintenance for that. I'm not into that.
And that's expensive. This is like
absolutely
nothing.
I would never.
Yeah. This is a
tried
tubing
it, hated
formula.
It. This will make them look like that. So just so we're clear, if anybody's thinking, I don't want lash extensions. No, but don't you want them to look like that?
Yeah, it extends it without all the rigmarole.
Right.
I have on the Brilliant Eye Brightener right now. I have on that mascara. The Sheer Strength Hydrating Shine Lip Tint is amazing. They have they have 8 shades. Okay, 8, not a million. Celebrate the women in your life. Oh, because it's Women's History Month. With Thrive Cosmetics, luxury beauty that gives back. Right now, you can get an exclusive 20% off your first order at thrivecosmetics.com/brain candy. That's Thrive Cosmetics, CAUSEMETICS.com/brain candy for 20% off your first order. And if you forget any of our codes, just go to our website. We list them all there.
And a
And
lot
it's
of
spelled
those
that way. Yeah. Sorry.
and a lot of those retailers where maybe you normally would get your makeup are now places that I don't want to support.
Yeah.
So I am going to be spending my money with brands that actually are doing good things and giving back.
Yeah, Sarah.
Yeah.
That's a good reminder.
Yeah.
How about how people are eating so much meat
Oh, we got to stop this.
that Dawn had to create a special formula to like deal with all the fat in our dishes.
Absolutely. I get it. That's probably a big reason why we have that fatberg.
Ew, Dawn Power Suds. This is not an ad, by the way.
Right.
I'm just talking about it because I read
Yeah.
about it in Fast Company about how people on like the keto diet
Yeah.
and all these like protein heavy, which I'm all for. I am big on protein right now.
Yeah.
But like you don't have to get it through meat if you don't want
Right.
to.
I
Just,
get
you
most
know.
of mine through Greek yogurt and chickpeas.
Right. And you can do it. I get it that
lentils
it's
and-
like,
Yeah.
you know, you have to be
I
sort of
think
intentional.
we need to be eating way less meat. You know
We're
what?
going to be eating crickets.
I'm fine
I mean,
with that.
because we're going to run, you know.
No, I know. I fucking know.
Yeah. Okay.
So the way I kind of look at it is how long an animal's gestation period and how many offspring they have should inform the rate of consumption, like how we should be eating that.
Okay. What do you got?
A fucking chicken lays an egg like every day. Eat
Yeah.
eggs.
Yeah.
That replenishable.
Okay.
A fish has 5 bajillion babies. Eat fish.
Okay. So like lamb, cows.
There's a reason why if they have has one baby and you want us to eat and you want me to eat like 5 babies a year, that doesn't even sound sustainable for our environment. It should be like somehow like it feels like it's a math problem, right? Like how many acres does a cow need to live? How many like how if you break down a cow, how many meals does it provide? Then like divide that over like how long between each time a calf is born or whatever. If that's like 2 years, then every 2 years a family of 4 or 8 or whatever it is gets one cow, you know, like that equivalent. Okay, so maybe you're eating red meat like once a month, twice a month, whatever it is, because it's not sustainable.
Yeah. Well, because
But it feels like nature's telling us what to do, and we're not listening.
In 2017, when they created like the most recent formula, our top consumed foods were coffee, eggs, butter, oil, and milk. And now it is meat, coffee, eggs, oil, cheese.
Oh, yeah, that's a problem.
But here's the thing I found interesting as well in this article. What would you say is the most hated chore that people have to do around the house?
I mean, is it dishes?
That's number 2.
I would say laundry.
That's what Adam said. He hates folding
I know
laundry.
why. Adam, I know why. Because
Why?
Adam and I both have ADHD, and you have to stop. That it's put the load in, wait. Put the load. We are really good. Fold the load, wait. You know, there's so much stop and go where you have to be doing things in between. Adam and I are both good if we can focus on the task and do it from start to completion. It'll be A+. If we gotta I gotta wait till that shit dries. I'm leaving that in the dryer.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe it's an ADHD thing.
That's again, I got a lot of theories this episode. Where's that bingo card?
The
You guys are
number,
just check,
we
check.
keep forgetting to do that. We need to do that for iPad. But the number 1 is toilets. Cleaning the toilet.
Oh, yeah, that's an obvious one.
Yeah, that's what people
It's like
hate the
so
most.
obvious that we don't even think about it. Yeah, obviously. Ugh.
Yeah, it's gross.
Ugh.
And you don't even live with a man.
Dude, no, but what made me go ugh right now is I have a friend who, like, at Core Power Yoga, you can volunteer to work at the studios for like a discounted rate on your so people do that. And I had a friend who did that, and she said the men having to clean the men's restroom. It's like, what do they do in there that makes it spackled to the side? Like,
it's like they
need
have
a
that
fucking power
fire
washer.
hose.
Right. Oh God. Don't talk about it.
Right? Because like we have the cycle problem.
Yeah.
Which is disgusting.
Okay.
But they have fire hose. And that thing, it's like everywhere.
Oh God.
Ew.
Oh God.
I feel like we need to
apologize for us talking about this.
Maybe we need urinals in the home.
What did you just say?
Well, like
absolutely not.
Why?
We need men to sit down.
Really?
A urinal in the home will not improve. We do not bend to cater to their needs because they can't be civilized humans.
Okay. I never thought about it that way. Because, I went to Phil Rosenthal's house. He has a urinal in his bathroom, and there's like a sign up.
The heck? No, I can't with that. I can't.
And I was like, well, I don't know. I just read the sign, and it was like, here's how it goes. You don't have to flush or anything. It just like handles it. And then it said like, enjoy. And I was like, wow, they must all want this.
No, we don't. And they all smell.
Well, it didn't smell. There was a cake in there.
Oh, that's what this smells like. I hate that smell.
Well, so like you feel like this whole thing could be solved if they just sat.
Yes.
Really?
I mean, the number one issue could be solved.
Why don't they sit? Why don't they do it?
I don't know, like
there must be a reason.
With like domination and like that feeling.
I know why
in
Adam
power.
doesn't, because that giant wiener would be dipping. It'd be tip dipping in there. That's what he says. That it would actually plop in the water. Maybe if you have a tiny wiener or regular.
That is well, that's a good problem to have, I guess. You're Adam.
Okay, but like you're telling me the reason most men do not sit down is some sort of weird power trip?
Yeah. Have you ever there was this tool, this like device that you can get. It was called the Shiwi. And it is a cone that you can put on, it's like for hiking or outdoors or whatever. And you could just rest it against your crotch and it'll make it so you pee standing up. Well, I got one of those when I went to Patagonia and I ended up forgetting it for the trip. But I tested that bad boy.
Yeah.
Dude, you will feel like a BDE when you pee standing up.
Right, because it is so...
it's like
embarrassing to squat.
Right. It's like I am the master of my
vulnerable.
domain. It's like I have control over this. I can piss all over whatever I want. Like
you're right, because there is nothing that makes you more vulnerable than pulling your pants down
squatting. Right.
And squatting.
Right. Right.
And if you did have to get up, he would go all over your clothes.
Right.
Yeah, so they don't have this problem. It's just spraying everywhere.
There have been a few moments in my life where it feels like, oh, this must be what it feels like a little bit to be a man. That was one of them when I peed standing up with that. The other one was when I first moved to Colorado and I was wearing like a snow jacket all the time, like a big jacket all the time, because California, I'm never wearing a fucking jacket. And the big jacket had pockets in it. And for the first time in my life, I didn't have to carry a purse. Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, this is so freeing that I don't feel like, am I going to forget this all the time? Like everywhere I go? Like I didn't have to worry about, I could just walk in there, arms swinging. I can remember where I was walking, being like, well, this is nice. Walking right into Sierra Trading Company. Yes.
Because remember when we did this story on here about the dimensions of pockets?
5 times bigger men's pockets.
Right.
I can remember.
And that this is what prevents us from being unencumbered.
Right. So
and high heels aren't helping.
Oh, that's
Sarah's
another one. Wearing boots.
Out, though.
Wearing straight. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
What do you call, what were they, the ones I got you?
Oh, Blundstones.
Oh, yeah, Blundstones
Yes.
or Doc Martens or something
I got both.
like that.
Basically, I check all the boxes for lesbian footwear.
I can
Chacos,
see
check.
why.
Birkenstocks, check.
I can't believe you took the plunge.
Well, I got those for a river trip a while back. But you know what? I hate the fabric in between my toe. I couldn't do it. It's not for me. I'm more of a Tiva gal. What?
It's so funny.
I said that
I'm
very
happy you found what you needed, yeah.
with a lot of certainty.
I'm more of a Tiva gal.
Yeah.
All right, people. We did it. Good work, everybody.
Yeah. Good stories.
Yeah. Not really. They were
Why?
mean, but it's all right. They can't all be A+, you know?
I feel like this is informative. Now people know they can continue to use their black cookware.
Right. I'm glad I didn't throw anything away.
Right.
I just was like, well, next time I won't get that kind.
And I had black silicone in my mind. I was like, oh, that doesn't count, right?
It doesn't. Silicone does not count.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Plastic is a different story.
Yeah.
God damn it. Scholars, check your denominators.
For goodness sakes,
Good
please.
grief.
Yeah.
It's like almost like it was on purpose.
And maybe rethink eating meat so much.
For sure.
I'm not saying stop, but I'm saying just like...
Yeah, you could have a little bit less.
You know, and what I do is I don't know any of the rest. I want to do this and I feel better like when I do this for the environment, for me, blah, blah, blah. But I never know the recipes. I never know what to cook. So that's why I get those meal delivery kits.
Yeah.
Like our Hunger Root is like the best for this because then they just do it for me and then it like teaches me. And then the other night I made the same meal and my girlfriend's like, is this the same thing that we had? I said, nope, it's the same recipe. I then was inspired, went to the grocery store, bought the same ingredients and made it myself.
Yeah, then you can learn stuff.
Yeah.
I love that. Sarah.
Little tip for you.
Man, life hacks and everything.
That's what I do over here.
We bring it all.
Yeah.
All right, people. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
No offense, but your brain is a terrible place to keep your big idea. It belongs in the world, but you know that already. You have a calling, a voice that says, this is what I'm meant to do. Create the website your big idea deserves with Wix. Make it your own with top-to-bottom customization, AI to help realize your vision, and built-in business tools to turn your daydream into your dream job. Wix supports every stage of the business journey except one. Your decision to begin. Ready? Go to Wix.com.